Okay, real quick, this is something that keeps coming up inside the spiritual community and keep coming up with people that's on an awakened journey. I find it that people find it hard to not try to wake people up along the journey, or feel like that's my friend and I'm trying to talk to someone and trying to get someone to understand, and they can't see the perspective that I see, or they can't understand what I understand. This is how it explained to me from spirit. So imagine someone is inside a basement and all they can see is black. There's nothing down there. They're running around, they're screaming. Maybe there's a lot of fear that's happening. Things are slamming and people are running, and all they can see is black. Now, then you have someone that is possibly, like, say they're on the third floor. Now, on their third floor, they're going to see things closer to the ground. So when that person at the base, when that person in the basement tries to say everything is going crazy here, everything is chaotic, everything is dark, and no one I don't care, and I don't want to worry about what's going on because you can't, like, you're in this different world, and you're trying to tell them, no, it's fine, it's different here. It's, I can see it, I can see the sun, I can see cars driving down the street. What do you mean that is nothing but black? Like, I'm trying to explain to you that you have to see what I see. You can't get that person to see what you see because that person is on a different level. So that person's going to see from the lens and the perspective of the level that they're on. So if you're higher on a spiritual awakening, no matter how hard you try to convince that person to see what you see, you cannot get them to see what you see. Now, that's the same as someone that's probably on, let's say, the 10th floor. And on the 10th floor, maybe they could see a horizon. They could see everything. They could see flowers. They could see trees. They could see the sunset. They could see everything. So that person from that perspective is going to have a different viewpoint from the person that is on the third floor and the person that's inside the basement. And then you have, let's say you have someone who is, let's say it's a building that goes up to space. So they have a galactic standpoint. So in that standpoint, they're speaking to galactic beings. They are channeling, they are explaining things from a perspective that's so high and so zoomed out that it makes sense to nobody that's on the ground. Those are different levels of awareness. So you have to be mindful of where you are and where the person is. So it's not that that person is wrong in what they see. It's just that they have a different perspective based off of where they are on their awareness journey. Now, for me personally, I was told, don't pull anybody up. The only thing is, the only people that you want to coach or the only people that you want to help is those who are ready to get in the elevator. So say the person on the first floor is like, I don't know what's going on in life. Like, there's a lot of things happening. I'm getting triggered all the time. I'm always angry. I'm always stressed. I'm in this constant state of fight or flight, and I don't know what to do. And they asking someone, third floor, 10th floor, it don't matter. They asking someone, and then they'll say, okay, this is what I can tell you because I've been there. I was there and I will tell you to go straight, and then when you get straight, make a right at the third wall. You'll see an elevator and push. You might not see the buttons, but I'm telling you to feel for the button that here, and you can get them up to a different level. That is only for those who are willing to get on the elevator to be helped. But you don't want to pull someone, because on one hand is against their free will, on the other hand it's going to cause frustration for both of you guys. So maybe they're on that floor for some reason. Maybe it's some things or some stuff that they have to face and have to get through, and in order for them to get through that, they have to be there. Maybe you did that already. Maybe you're not on that floor right now because you already been through the awakening and now you're on the third floor. And when you're on that floor, you don't want someone from the 10th floor pulling on you either. Like, oh, I don't know why you're saying this is happening. I see the horizon. You don't want them pulling on you because it's a journey. So your journey will be different. Whatever you need to find on the third floor is for you. I try to also use that in the same sense of being in the woods. And I made this analogy before, but if you're in the woods and you're with a group of people and everybody in the woods have their own journey, then one person might go left and theirs is to find self-love. One person might go right and maybe theirs is to deal with their trauma that they had when they was a child. One person might go straight because they are ready to open their spiritual gifts. It doesn't mean that they are in wrong areas. It's just different areas, different from where you are. So you would tell that person, you go ahead and go on your journey, because imagine you pulling that person onto your journey and they don't belong there. Now you taking up time for them, which is why in most instances, spiritual guides tell you to tap inward, not outward. Because if you tap in inside, then you can find out what it is that I need to do on my journey and focus on myself. And how can I focus on myself and move forward in my journey by knowing where to navigate? That's by using your intuition. What is it that I need to do? Your spirit guides will tell you what you need to do. But if you were with a group of people and somehow you start off on one area and you start off with this friend, ideally you want that friend to go in the same direction as you, but they might be on a different floor. People move at different rates. You can't say, well, I started here on floor 3 and you should be on floor 7 with me. I need to pull you up to floor 7. No, you have to let that person take the necessary path that they need to take and unlock the codes that their higher self tell them that they have to do and walk their own journey. So this is why I say when you are awakening, you have to learn to let people go. And it's not in the sense of, oh, that person is bad for me, or that person is harming me, or that person is doing. No, sometimes you have to let them go because you're in the way. That's it. You're in the way. You're in the way of allowing them to progress the way they need to. And that's it. So let people go. Stay on your spiritual journey. Tap inward and be mindful of your own path. That's it.